Hey everyone, it's Bailey. I'm going to teach you today about Mark Zuckerberg, who created Facebook, which I know we all love and use all the time. So Mark Zuckerberg didn't exactly set out to create Facebook. He really just wanted to create a way for all the students at Harvard, where he went, to talk and have an easier way of connecting with each other than just calling each other, emailing each other. So with his roommates Dustin Muskowitz and Chris Hughes, they created something called FaceMash, which was a pretty basic version of the Facebook we know today. He didn't get Harvard's permission to create FaceMash, so Harvard was a little upset with him and told him, you need to knock it off, don't do that anymore. But he kept on going at it, so they decided to suspend him and put him on probation or whatever. But Mark Zuckerberg didn't really take too kindly to being put on probation, so he pretty much said, "Screw you, I'm leaving." And him along with his roommates dropped out of Harvard to expand on Facebook and make it even bigger and better. So the three of them moved out to Palo Alto, California, which, as we all know, is where all the big technology stuff happens, and really tried to get Facebook off the ground. So they changed the name from FaceMash to Facebook, and they expanded it to include not only Harvard, but other Ivy League schools like Cornell, Yale, Dartmouth. So pretty soon it had a pretty big network of people that were communicating on this one single entity. Pretty soon after they got to California, Peter Thiel invested in Facebook and said, this is a really good idea. This is a really good idea, and I think you guys have something going for you here. So they decided, well, you know what? There's other schools besides Dartmouth and Yale and Cornell. Let's expand it to all universities. So before long, by a little before 2005, I'd say, it included everyone who had a college email address. And then in 2005, they decided to include high school students. And then by 2006, they included anyone in the world with an email address. You no longer had to be a student to be on Facebook, which really kind of made it this almost business networking thing, in addition to something where students could connect to one another. The preliminary function of Facebook has kind of changed over the years, I guess. It sort of started as a way for people to just talk to each other and write on each other's walls, just pretty much send communications. Well, today, you can spend hours on Facebook playing games like Farmville and Roller Coaster Kingdom, or you can write long letters or post pictures, or there's a million and one things to do on Facebook, and it all just stemmed from this one simple idea. And really, the great thing about Facebook, in comparison to other social networking sites, is that today people can really control the content that goes on Facebook. It's not just, this is what you have to tell. This is what you have to tell the world about yourself. You can choose what you want to tell about yourself. And that was really what Mark Zuckerberg wanted to create. He wanted something where everyone could choose what they wanted to share with the world and have privacy, but still have information about themselves out there so they can network and communicate with other people. Unlike other, I guess, media, Facebook's rise to power, as it's called, has not been easy. Whenever Facebook launches a change or implements a new protocol, the world takes notice. Those of you who have a Facebook know, in 2006, the site launched Newsfeed, which would allow users to see minute by minute what other users were doing. Some people call it stalker feed today. And at the time, over 700,000 Facebook users were very upset and actively against this. It gained the site more negative attention than it had ever had before in its life, in its time span. And it seemed like this might actually kill Facebook. Enrollment dropped. At the time, it had only gone up, and for a while, it kind of tapered off. It went from being climbed to, kind of a plateau, I guess. But for whatever reason, everyone kind of got over the stalker feed, and the numbers continue to climb even today. 3 years later. And today, Facebook is the world's largest social networking site. It has over 300 million registered users around the world, 66 million active users. It makes about $150 million in annual sales, and has over 55,000 networks from everything from high schools to colleges to businesses. According to a recent survey, 1% of all internet time is spent on Facebook, which is huge when you think about it. I mean, how many people are there in the world that use a computer for everything else in their lives, and 1% of that, 1/100th, is dedicated to Facebook. I mean, it seems small when you think about it, but it's just one. But in the grand scheme of things, it's huge. So at the heart of all this is Mark Zuckerberg. People have offered to buy Facebook. Microsoft tried to buy it. I believe Google tried to buy it. But through it all, Mark Zuckerberg said, you know what? No, we're keeping this its own separate entity. It's not going to be sold out. His refusal, at the time, people said his refusal to let Microsoft buy them out was kind of stupid. He was going to end up regretting it. But really, he has made more money than ever. Mark Zuckerberg is on the list of the world's top billionaires. And did I mention Mark Zuckerberg is only 24? And single and looking, as all the websites told me. And he has no college degree, nor does he have any plans to go back and get a college degree. So, I mean, that's everything about Mark Zuckerberg. I hope you enjoyed my presentation on him. If you have any other questions, let me know, and I'll try to answer them for you. So, thanks, guys.